So apparently that is Mount Jefferson, because otherwise we would be at Timberline Lodge, was the logic I was given this morning. So I'm gonna go with that. This is, we are on the top of Woodpecker Ridge. Quite the view here. It's gorgeous stuff. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then crazy, crazy burn though. We're headed for Jeff's Creek in a mile. Actually, it's Jeff Creek, but I'm gonna call it Jeff's Creek because my Jeff is here. Okay, we camped last night in this dry spot here. And this burn. We did check to see how stable these guys were before we camped in among them. But it rained like a son of a gun last night. I'm going to clean off our footprint a little bit here. But as it was raining, we heard some of these trees fall. So we were a little nervous. Here's our view this morning. We would have an actual view, but we don't because it's foggy. But we're climbing up a hill, so we're happy that it's nice and cool since we're still in the burn zone. And if we had sun, it would be really hot. So this is nice. Also, we met the codgers this morning. All three of them. Well, Hazel's not really a codger. Her name's Mountain Goat now. But yeah, saw Rumbles and No Filter and Mountain Goat. And there were tons of hikers passing by while we were packing up. Lots of northbound, lots of southbound. This is Russell Creek. And it is not fun. And I think we're going to get our feet wet. Some people cross on that little tiny log. I don't think so. So, fun stuff coming. Now this is water coming off the glacier. One of the whitewater creeks. I'm gonna get this cute little bridge. And there is good caring over there. Okay, Frack and I are walking past this pond here. And we're thinking, because that's a circle of grass, and we have decided that circle of grass leads to the upside down. If you know, you know. This is our view. Not seeing much of it, but we're seeing it. And then there's a lake between the trees. And this is our trail. Lots of springs in this mountainside. Having a cool view here.
Looks like this is the last water source before camp.
Yep. So, and
oh, but there's water at camp, right?
Yes.
If we camp where we think we're going to camp, or we should probably camp, so we know what
Yep.
we got to do.
One of our last views of Mount Jefferson here, such as it is. We have been climbing steadily pretty much all day. And pretty soon we're going to hit the high point of today's hike, which is also the boundary for the Mount Hood Wilderness. So, leaving the Mount Jefferson Wilderness and entering into the Mount Hood Wilderness. So, the next time I show you a snow-capped mountain, it should actually be Mount Hood. Here's a view. So, we've been pretty much without a view because we've been hiking along this mountain with all of this fog. So we were excited there to see a little bit of a view, but the fog is blowing that direction, so we'll see how that works out. And here pretty quick, I'm hoping to come up on a sign. We're up high. Hoping to come up on a sign that will say we're entering the Mount Hood Wilderness, because according to the elevation profile, when we get to the entrance to, well, the boundary to Mount Hood Wilderness, we'll be done with our climb for a while, and we get to go downhill for a long time until we get closer to camp. I can see some ponds down there. But yeah, the fog is a-rolling over the mountain. It has kept us cool while hiking all day for sure, though. So here's a big cairn marking the high spot. And the sign is a little down from there. And it looks like we get across a little bit of snow here. Fun, fun, fun. But it's not real steep. And it's not real warm out. So, should be fairly crunchy. So, here's our sign. It just says no campfires. Okay. So before we go over there and see that view, I wanted to show you just where we're at. This looks just really cool. It was a bit of difficult hiking though, coming down because of all the rocks and stuff, but it was just so cool looking. You're gonna see that Frack is indeed still alive.
Yep.
And here comes the wind. So we were walking through a burn zone a lot today, but now we're walking through a burn zone. Dear Lord. Whew. Pretty flattened around here. Marker. We're leaving camp this morning. We camped next to a small pond. Had a little bit of green slime in it last night. I didn't notice any this morning though. And we heard some thunder. And we're a bit concerned that the rain and fog and cloudiness has followed us to this side of the mountain. Because it was so nice yesterday when we got to this side and the sun was out and the sky was blue, and now not so much. Here we are continuing through the lovely burn zone with more rocks on trail. And we've had a little rain, but currently it's not. And I see blue sky there. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but I am getting glimpses of, I believe, Mount Hood over there. But I cannot get it to come up on the camera very well. I told you the next time I showed you a snow-covered mountain, it would be Mount Hood. So there it is. I've shown it to you. We're kind of a little far away for you to be able to see, but I can see it great. And this is our trail we're heading up this morning. You can just very clearly see, you know, it's very, very nicely delineated and beautiful trail. Hardly any rocks on it or anything. I think I'm being sarcastic. But the rain has stopped. Yay. And the blue sky is here. Yay. we just came up this trail. I mean, can't really see much of it. Somehow or another, we missed a turn on the PCT, and we ended up taking that little trail. But at the moment that we figured it out, we were looking on Far Out, and we could see that we were going to hook right back into the PCT. So we're back on the PCT. And we have no idea what turn we missed how. Oh well. Alright, so we've come out of Olali Lake Resort, which I should have took some video while I was there, but I didn't. I'm just, that's just me. That's how I roll. Forget to take video where I'm meant to. Anyways, really great place to resupply. Super friendly people. Clean pit toilets. And some drinking water out of a spigot on the side, and so many drinks. They had just so much pop, and some ciders, and some White Claw, and a few beers, and some even wine. They had chilled wine too, and some not chilled wine, and cinnamon rolls, and Pop-Tarts, and chips, and Mountain House meals, and you name it. They had all the good stuff. Plus a beautiful view. And it was a nice place to hang out. Okay, well, I'm going to have to read some comments on Far Out to see if anybody's actually seen any bears through here. But I've been warned to watch out for bears there. So we'll see. Which, I imagine, considering how much burn zone we had to walk through to get here, that, the bears probably don't like the burn zone. More in here. I don't know. We're out in the middle of the wilderness. There's bears and cougars and deer and chipmunks and all kinds of stuff out here. This is our trail this morning. Going uphill right now. Depending on the terrain today, how many rocks are in the trail really. We're going to see if we can't do 15 today. Because that looks like the next best place to camp. But if we have to, we have a plan to stop shorter if we need to. But we're getting a little bit of view through the trees. Not much. It's a beautiful day today. Well, we're walking through another burn. Lots of pretty wildflowers, though. We just ran into two ladies, one from Coos Bay, Oregon, which is really close by us because we live in Coquille. And another lady from a little tiny community in between Coquille and Coos Bay called Green Acres. And they told us that they went to see a show at the Sawdust Theater in Coquille and saw us in the program. And so we were pretty excited to see each other out here on trail. It was a lot of fun. And then here is a helicopter. I don't know if you can see it. It's over the top of that mountain. With a fire bucket.
Huh?
Here's our view.
I see fire.
Oh, and here's another helicopter over here.
Oh, yeah.
I can't quite get focused on them for you. They're too far away. Here's our view here. And I'm sure that this sign right here coming up on this tree probably had a PCT emblem on it. Yeah, it has a PCT emblem on it somewhat, but it's broken in half. And then here's our trail. And then there's a view of Mount Hood over there. I'll get you a better view soon. And here's one of the old Pacific Crest Trail System signs. They're pretty rare these days. It's only the second one I have seen. Although, you know, I'm just doing Oregon at the moment, so I've only seen one other one. But they are a rare sight. Sorry, I didn't really film anything or video anything today, actually. Or close out yesterday. We're camped here at Timothy Lake, and unfortunately there's some people camped over there, so I can't really, you know, show you over there. But the lake's really pretty, and we went down the road a little bit and found a nice place to get water and clean up a bit. So we're over here, and we went 15.7 miles yesterday and 12.9 today, trying to get to Timberline Lodge by Friday, and today is Wednesday. So this is what's for dinner. It's a Knorr rice side chicken flavor with sunflower seeds and Parmesan cheese on it. I'm going to mix it all up and have it in this tortilla, and I am not going to have the hornet or whatever that keeps trying to crawl into my burrito. So that's what's for dinner. So this is the Blue Pool, Little Crater Lake, and it's absolutely incredible looking, but it does not show on the camera. That bottom, those logs that you see down there, that's 45 feet down. And the temperature of this is 34 degrees in the summertime. Really cool place. When we were here earlier, the sun was not on the pool, and it was not as amazing as it is now. And I don't know if it even, I don't think it's showing really on the camera. I hope you can see a little bit, but yeah, I see a little bit of the color variation in the camera. But in person, this is amazing. And you should come here. It's just a little tiny few hundred yards from the parking lot. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. We just stayed the night at the Best Western here in Government Camp. We caught a ride on Highway 26 at the Frog Lake Trailhead parking lot. Didn't take us hardly any time at all. And the Best Western is quite a ways from the rest of town, as you can see. We stayed at the Huckleberry Inn the night before last, and now we're just waiting for the bus to come take us to Timberline Lodge, where we have a reservation tonight. And then we're gonna lose Kevin and Karen, who we've been hiking with, because Karen's ankles are hurting too much for her to continue. And here we are at Timberline Lodge. We just got our resupply package, and now we're going to head on up to the hotel and see if we can get in our room. And just how cool is this? I like the flags they're flying up there. And here's the view in the parking lot. Of Timberline Lodge. The mountain is behind the lodge now. I'm gonna go see about checking in.